I was introduced to jiu-jitsu over 15 years ago when I saw a skinny Brazilian dude choke out a pharmaceutical-grade superhero in 57 seconds. Since then, I've studied with some of the best instructors on earth, but it wasn't until I trained with Eddie Bravo that I realized jiu-jitsu is way more than a world. It's an entire universe. Follow me as I navigate the twisters and turns of jiu-jitsu on the 10th planet. My name is Jason Eisner, and this is Mastering the System.
You guys seen on the History Channel, I Know What I Saw? Have you guys seen this? Have you seen this, Joe? I Know What I Saw on History Channel?
No.
Dude, it's a documentary. You know they had the Disclosure Project, the UFO shit, 2003? Well, they had another one, 2007, the History Channel was there. And they did a documentary. So, watch. It's a 90-minute documentary on the fucking History Channel. They were there, asking questions, you know. And Washington, D.C., National Press Club, all these fucking military, elite officers, all these dudes high in the government. The dude who used the Ministry of Defense from 1973 to 1977. They're all there. A group of soldiers, 80 of them, who all saw the UFO, 80 of them, at a U.S. military base in England.
Oh my God.
80 of them! They all saw it, they did reports, they had radar, they had everything, test on the ground where it landed. 3 of them went up to it, and the British Ministry of Defense just fucking didn't, they just ignored it. And all this shit came out. And it's a 90-minute documentary on, remember how they used to have like UFO documentaries, and they would always have at least two guys in, you know, taped professionally, sitting down going, well, these guys, it's just, you know, it's myth. It's, they have no proof. There's only every documentary, they have a dude debunking this shit. Not this one, 90 minutes, nothing. It was just dudes coming forward, all of them. 90 minutes of straight testimony. Holy shit. It's pretty incredible. I mean, it's basically, you watch this for 90 minutes, there's nobody, what they're doing is they'll show clips from past UFO documentaries where there is a guy going, it's just myth, they don't know it. And it's funny, after you watch it, you go, shit. And then Alan Hynek, remember Alan Hynek? He was the dude in charge of, in Blue Book, he would come forward and tell everybody in the 50s and 60s, on video, massive footage, and they show the footage. Him going, no, it's just meteors, it's swamp gas, in the 50s and 60s. Him coming out, and then they showed him going, I lied about it all. They told us a lot. It's all real. It's real shit. So 5% of all reported cases are, they're saying, like top officials in France and England, they're letting this shit out. The 5%, the best possible scenario is beings from other planets. 5%. And there's over 25,000 reported. So 5% of 25,000. Holy fuck. Roswell, they go through Roswell, that was like 3 Roswells. That was the biggest one. The next 2, they didn't do anything in the newspaper. They kept it under wraps. But pretty incredible. I Know What I Saw. Gotta fucking watch that. Holy shit, it's going down. It's going down, dude. 2012, there's going to be some disclosure going down. Seriously. It's crazy shit. It's on the History Channel now. Fuck.
You know,
Can you imagine if that's just normal shit? Like District 9 is like real? Like that's just real shit? Like we know about these bitches? Fuck. How would that change our everyday lives? Knowing that, god damn. Woo! You guys want some complex shit?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go over the mini stomp again. It's so very important to work your lockdown half. To get that lockdown half together, you gotta get a guy in a lockdown. So it's very hard to get a guy in a lockdown who has dealt with it for a long time and hates it. Just gonna not even deal with it. Alright? If I know we've done this, we did this a few weeks ago. If the guy knows that this is the leg, like I'm on top and I know this is a strong lockdown, I'm gonna keep the knee up. Why do this? Knee on the ground means you can get put in the lockdown. Knee up means you can get put in the lockdown. We did this not too long ago. So this is the mini stomp. It's huge. So we're going to start. He's going to have his right knee up, all right? And we're just going to fall right into quarter guard and hook here. All right? This is the quarter guard clinch. All right? I would like to get double underhooks on with the lockdown, but he's fighting me off here. So this is the clinch. I'm on my side. All right? And then I got to get this knee down. So he's trying to keep the knee up. I'm going to try to get it down. I don't want her to go too wide, so I'm going to keep it here. All right? If I could just push it down, then he's weak. He's going to keep it strong here. So I'm going to go from quarter guard to mini stomp. You got to get this down. This is huge. Quarter guard, mini stomp. From here, now we push the knee back and kick. Now we got the lockdown here. And now I got double underhooks. I'm going to squeeze those double underhooks, perfect double underhooks, nice and low. We're going to work on our footwork. He's a strong-ass wrestler, so I know I'm not going to go through him. His wrestling is way too good. I'm going to take the long way here to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to do a limp arm here. We're going to change it up a bit. So I got perfect double underhooks here, and now I'm going to release the lockdown and go through perfect leg work here. Straighten out the bottom leg, left leg makes room for the right leg kicking back here. And before I even pull myself up, I put a butterfly behind the knee and I leg curl here. I know I'm not going through this guy. So I know we're going to fight here. Different story here. A couple weeks ago we were just going right through the guy. Here, he's a wrestler, he's going to limp leg. This is to prevent him from limp legging. All right, I'm here. This is nice and wide. I'm pushing into him here. Now, at this point, he can't really do anything. He's stuck. This is a stalemate here. I can't go through him. He's too strong. That wizard's too strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump into him, bump him forward, turn my palm up, limp arm. He's going to go right to his back, and I'm going to sweep and pass. All right? So we're going to get up to perfect dog fight. There's going to be a struggle there. And he doesn't know if I'm going to jump on his back or limp arm, or try to go right through him, or try to take him over. We're going to mix it up. We're going to mix the ending up for the next couple weeks. But I just want to really work on the mini stomp and getting to perfect dog fight, right, where he can't limp leg. If I don't have my legs like this, and I'm just here, if he's a good wrestler, he can pull that leg out and then face me, and now we're wrestling. Right? Which, if that's what you want, if you just want to wrestle, that's beautiful. All you need is an underhook to get up. All right, so he's got his knee up. He's strong here. He's not weak. I jump in, get quarter guard, and I get the clinch, and he's pushing back. Quarter clinch. All right? We don't want his knee too wide, so we're going to go from quarter clinch or quarter guard to mini stomp. See how my ankle is touching his ankle? But my left knee's on the outside still. My right foot is on the inside. My left foot is on the inside. My left knee is on the outside. You guys see that? I'm hooking ankle to ankle. Ankle to ankle. It's like a super stomp, but on the ankle. Now here, I'm going to use this foot to push back and push with my hands too. And now we're here. Double underhook, squeezing, safe from everything. Safe from all chokes, safe from darts, guillotines, everything. And all my weight, I'm pulling up on top of me. All my weight's on my shoulder and my head. Very important. I don't want any weight on my legs, so I can get up to my knees, nice and smooth here. Bam. He's not going anywhere now. Now we're stuck. But if he's a better wrestler than me, doesn't mean I'm going to go through him. I can't go through him. So we got to bump him sideways, and then bump him forward, limp arm, and then pass the guard. He's going to go to his back. His natural instincts are going to be to go right to his back rather than give his back. So you guys are thinking too. You're working your defensive instincts. That's the right thing to do. So he's got his knee up, quarter guard clench, mini stomp, lock down, perfect double underhooks. All my weight's on my shoulder and my head. Look at the footwork. I go from a lockdown to 1, 2, 3, and right. So right to that butterfly behind the knee. Now we're leaning into it, pushing down here. My knees wide. Bump them sideways, bump them forward. Loop. One more time. Quarter clench. Mini stomp. Lock down. Perfect double underhooks. Nice and low around his waist. All my weight's on my head and my shoulder. 1, 2, 3. Leaning into. Bump them. Got it? Quarter clinch. Know what the hell that is. Simple. Quarter clinch. Mini stomp to lock down. Perfect double underhooks. Sounds simple, right? Let's go. We're about to practice a set. We got a gig coming up January 23rd at Legends. Oh shit. The Knives are playing also. It's going to be a strip pole extravaganza show plus 2 live bands. We're going to rock the fucking night away. So we're actually going to play in the Cage.
No shit. Are you serious?
Cage.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Kings of the Cage.
You are now free to breathe poison air.
I can't believe I didn't think about this shit a long time ago. Damn! Right there in front of my face. Not only does it make it easier to get the hand on the mat, but it makes it easier to do the pump, to push the elbow in, to work for the arm bar, and it makes it easier to get to the doodah, which means you're halfway through a zombie and you're stuck. So the invisible crackhead is huge, but it's only effective if you can double back. So if you're having flexibility problems, this probably ain't gonna work that great for you. So if he's postured up, if you don't have flexibility, we're gonna do the basic path. We're gonna bring it down to mission control. We work the zombie. We clear the neck. Or actually, we're not gonna. Okay, no, forget it. We are actually not going to... This is all failed zombie stuff. Fucked up. Okay, because we're going to the doodah. All right? So the doodah is, for those of you that don't have flexibility, we break them down. Mission control. We can get the zombie, just our hand gets through. But you see I'm around the back of his elbow here. I'm not underneath. I want to get on top of his elbow. Here. Over the elbow. Not under the elbow. Over the elbow. Not under the elbow. Right, but I got my hand through, but I can't complete the zombie. What I want her to do is bring this all the way through, get that hand on the mat, but I only can get the hand through. All right? So now from here, I'm going to keep his leg curled, mission control, push his wrist between my legs, and now we're here in the doodah. We can tap him here, but what we're going to work on is swim moving this way, because if I stay here, my hand's trapped, so he could step over my body. Now I don't have shit. So as soon as we're here, we're gonna roll forward like a swim move, and then end up on my knees here in a triangle. From here, he can't step over shit. So we're like in reverse side control. All right? That's the transition Brazilian guy I trained with for many years named Duda. He's a master at that shit. He was here a couple months ago showing us. So again, if you don't have flexibility, posture up is the first step. We gotta sit up, break them down to mission control. We tried the zombie, remember, over the elbow. We can only get our hand through. As soon as I let go of this mission control, we're gonna push that wrist between our legs and swing our right leg over. And now we have a gable grip here. And then from here, we're gonna roll. And we end up here, or on our knees here, away from danger. No way he could pass us. We're rolling before he could roll. Because if we stay there and he steps over, we don't have shit. And if he pulls his hand out, he's past our guard. Those of you that have the flexibility, we're going to go invisible crackhead. We bring him down. We're here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to crackhead first. And in crackhead, his T-Rex is pretty strong. I'm not really disrupting him too much. My forearm being on his left shoulder, his left clavicle. Even though my feet are crossed and I'm doing leg curls, he's pretty safe here. So I'd work a pump, but it's not guaranteed. So what we're gonna do now is if I put my forearm and clear his neck first, that T-Rex is totally disrupted. All right, but he has his hands aren't on the mat, so he can pop out through the back. That's why we have to double back. We're gonna go here. Now we can clear the neck here. Now, see how he's disrupted here? Now we're gonna get that arm through. And suppose he's really resisting. I only can get my hand through barely here. We might be able to get a zombie all the way through at here. Lift that shit up or push it in. See that? We can have a swim move here. You can do a pump easier. You can get the zombie all the way through easier, and you can get the doodah easier. So we're focusing on the doodah. So try to complete the zombie. Because if you complete the zombie, you're an invisible collar already. Does that make sense? Bam, you're right there, invisible collar. That's where you want to be. That's where you set everything up from. All right? So break it down, mission control. Foot on the hip. We can do crack and control just to break them down a bit, or we can go straight from here to this. Double bag, boom. Now, everything's different. Doing double leg curls. We get the hand through. He's resisting. Get the hand through, and then from here, we're gonna push. We're here now. And then we swim. Try to end up on your knees and triangle your legs. For those of you that aren't flexible, we break them down. It's always the same, mission control. And from here, we just go right to the zombie. Remember, you gotta be a little tight so that I'm over his elbow here. If I'm here, I'm just gonna go all the way through. So we're here, over the elbow, let go of that wrist, push that wrist between the legs, bam, gable grip, and we roll. Those of you that can double bag, one more time. He's resisting. Let's go.
When you got your black belt in smoking weed, did you get it in the gi, or was it not in the gi? Talk to me about that shit.
I did get it in the gi. This is how we do it in Osaka. You didn't get that on film, did you?
That cough?
Don't put effects on it. Try to enhance it.
Hey, put
We did a poll on the website. I wanted to know what everybody was hitting the most when they had top game going, when they had some good passing going, when they got to the mount. I think the choices were Darce, arm triangle, getting to the truck, calf crank, rear naked choke, spider thing, or arm crush, something like that. And arm triangle crushed everybody. Everyone's hitting arm triangle. And it's awesome to hear that, because that is one of the most underrated moves, especially in MMA. You rarely see it, but it's always available. Guys just focus on just one thing. Top game, arm triangle. They did MMA. God damn, they would get that shit a lot. That comes quick. George Saroukas never really had an arm triangle in his arsenal. When he came last time, just 2 weeks ago. Let's make it so that he leaves with something. So we gave him swim move, arm triangle, spider web, something, little back control. So it comes quick. Arm triangles are huge. And if you show up for the next 2 weeks and you hit these reps hard, you're going to put this in your game. If it isn't already in your game in the first place, and if it is in your game, take it to the next level. All right? So now we're going to start it off with a no-hand pass. Basic stuff here. The guy on the bottom is going to have locked down probably 80%. All right? We're going to work our hip strength. We're going to work our free butterfly, opening the legs up. And the control here, balancing, he's resisting 80%. We might even want to go underneath here to unhook and then put little figure four in. Or we can just challenge that lockdown, especially if he doesn't have ankle sleeves. If you're slippery, bam, we could probably just pop right out of this. But if he does have ankle sleeves, we might need to swing this underneath, unhook, figure four. Or Danny likes to do this. This is pretty cool too. From here, pull the knee out and slam it to the ground. Stay heavy. He's going to keep quarter guard here. He's going to make me work. And we're going to pass here. We're under control. We're going to put knee on the belly. He's going to resist a little bit here. And we slide, and we have head and arm here. And then from here, know the difference. We're going to skydive. As soon as we mount, we slide the knee across the belly. As soon as we mount, we skydive with head and arm. Get used to this. I don't want to leave skydive until his arm is pinned up on his head. This is when I leave. So from right here, I'm not leaving yet. Especially if his right arm is T-Rexed. I ain't leaving. I don't like the feeling of that arm. So we got to jam his arm up. This is the move. This is everything here. It's not, a lot of guys will do this. You didn't practice anything. You got to snatch that arm, drive it up, and lock it into place here. Hold that thing. Get your chin on the other side of his elbow. And then when you let go of his head, tap that arm in. We can gable grip it here, or we can go right to an arm crush. I would gable grip and just keep my head on the mat. At this point, I don't even go for the kill for about a minute. I like to wear his shoulder out. And eventually I'm going to open up the skydive, knee on the belly here. And once he's up, figure four. Or Einstein said he's crush-ating him here. Maybe we could start working this. That seems to feel pretty good. Here or here. Grab your ear or grab your elbow. Ear, elbow. All right? Work both sides. Got an arm here, balancing. I should be fighting from quarter guard. Okay? It's very important. Keeping my knee heavy, my left knee in this case. Breaking this apart. Knee on the belly, slide it across. Now we're here. Head and arm pit here. Pinning, see I'm grabbing his head. I go from here to here. If I'm not squeezing his head and holding on to his head, and I'm just doing this, you didn't do anything. That's not going to get you anywhere. You got to get good at pinning that arm to his head here and battling, bear hugging him here, hooking his head. Gable grip, wear him out here. I'll stay here for a minute. Wear him out, and then we can crush it to him here. That seems to be pretty damn strong. Good? So, again, this side, strong side, he's got 80% lockdown. He's going to be fighting me at quarter guard. There we go. He's blocking them out a little. Fight. Skydive. Head and arm pit control. Pause. Get your chin around. It's not in the right spot, but it's far enough. When we let go of the head, tap it, gable grip, keep your head on the mat. You're good here. A lot of times I'm tired as fuck. Took forever to pass the guard. Took forever to mount. I'll wait here. Then I'll bring this over. Oh, as long as my head's on the mat, he's not going anywhere. And then finally, once my head touches his head, squeeze. Got it? There's a difference between head and arm pit. Get your chin over as far as you can. Let go of the head, tap it in, gable grip. Keep your head on the mat. It's not that hard. It's like 4 or 5 steps. All right? Think about it. Let's go.
Sure. We just go yeah, I breathe free to the other side, shatter the mold, shatter the image of the savage, can't stand as I hold, shatter all the negativity surrounding my life, shatter every last memory I had of a wife, shatter the reflection of society killing my soul, tired of playing all these conservative roles, for the man, for the system, for the government shit, how many motherfucking rules I gotta follow in this bitch, gotta break free from everything holding me down, I done heard the word no too many times in this town, in this city, in this state, in this country, in America shit, I put my thoughts out in the cover, everybody is sick, it's just reality, so real, let it make your motherfuckers split, ask yourself, yo, how the fuck you wanna handle this, like scandalous, scandalous, we got straight to motherfuckers, if you let me try to train us up, my comments on the fuck, we used to love our family, we used to love one another. More respect, victory over death to the resistance is epic, stretching me out, shaking like a fucking epileptic epidemic. I spread septic in your head, struggling credit balances, in debt to fit the medicine, etiquette eaten alive when the influence dies, infinite intricate lies, they love to sell and you buy, we live in hell, they divide to keep the masses alive, straight on you, catch the eye like the crucifix of the life, living through the bleach of hooligans, pushing up in your mind, school grilling, don't give a fucking pennies, the right of all hungry with no money, you sleep and everything. We can amplify our united battle, fire on the mic. Taking chances, taking faith, we just my manage to rise. Now come on, get the grand reset. We're all gonna die. And very deep into your memory, our soul is strong. Trying to train us of our colors, of our colors. To love our family, we used to love one another. You're trying to train us of our colors, of our colors. To love our family, we used to love one another. Come on, you're trying to train us of our colors, of our colors. To love our family, we used to love one another. You're trying to train us of our colors, of our colors. To love our family, we used to love one another. So white, what can I say? Wish you were queen, that's what I say. In the world so white, just what you say. In the world so white, what can I say? Wish you were queen, that's what I say. In the world so white, just what you say. In the world so white, what can I say? I wish you were queen, that's what I say. In the world so white. Just for today.